Hello everybody, so today we're gonna see how to make we're gonna begin in GUI. So what is a GUI first? It's like GUI, like that. It's GUI. It's just graphical user interface. Okay, so what that graphical user interface are? So it just like some elements or some panels, buttons, menus, or anything that can display for the player, like informations or like buttons, like or something like that, are 2D, and it's fixed on the screen. It's a GUI. Okay, nice. And by the way, like we have here like a 3D world. When we do a GUI, we are in 2D world, like in 2D place. We are in another canvas that are fixed in the screen. So even if we move the camera like that or something. So let's begin. So we have that service right here called starter GUI. So you're gonna select it and click that plus button like that, and you're gonna see the first thing, and screen GUI. There's 3D interfaces too, but it's not our actually like our today tutorial. There's a lot of stuff, so we just need that GUI. Okay, so you have screen so that's the elements that can be used in GUIs. So there's screen GUI that I'm gonna explain for you that in a second. Billboard GUI, it's a 3D GUI, not really 3D, but you can see later on. So frame, image button, image label, scrolling frame, surface GUI, text box, text button, text label. Okay, so we're gonna insert a screen GUI inside that starter GUI. So now we have a canvas, like a canvas are filled, like get the width of the screen and the height of it, as you see. Okay, nice. So you can name it and you can do what you want. So now let's just click on this again, and let's insert a frame. You can actually, let's insert a label, a text label. So what text label is just a box that appears in it like a text. Okay, so you can name it what you want. We doesn't gonna name it right now. Okay, so what you have anchor point. We're gonna take it. So background color tree, this you can change the color here of the label. As you see, you can change it to what you want. Nice. And here you have background transparency. It could be 0.5, so if you want it like half transparent and half opaque. Okay, nice. 0 if it's opaque, totally opaque, and 1 if it's totally transparent. So let's just leave it like 0.1 or 0.2. It's good, as you see. Border color tree. So if you see here, there's a little border here. You can precise the size of it in here. Like let's do 10 pixels. As you see, this is the border. Okay, and now if we did like 0, it doesn't gonna appear, like there's gonna be no like border. Nice. Let's return it like 2 for now. So we have border color tree. Here you can set the border color. Let's do red, like as you see, it's red right now. It's red. Nice. And we have border size, layout order. That's another thing. There's position. This what are used for setting the position. We're gonna get into that in a second. Rotation, that's the degree of rotation. Like if we did 36, no, 90, as you see it turns like 90 degrees and 45 degrees, 25, so that's 45, 10, 0 degrees. Okay, that's it, that size. So that's where you can set the size. You're gonna take on that in a second too. Visible, so this visible property, it's a bool value. Like you can check it true or false. If it's true, then this label gonna appear in your screen, and if it's false, it doesn't gonna appear. Okay, z-index. The z-index is just the order like of rendering the GUI. You can't understand that right now, so anyway, it's passing. We have here the text font. We have Arial bold, as you see, Odoni, cartoon, code, fantasy, Garamond, Highway, Legacy, Sci-fi, South, this, and so on. Let's do like Sci-fi for now. Okay, and we have here the text, like could show here like gold, like or something like money, like money, $0, like as you see. We have text color tree. We can set the text color, as you see. Do like that yellow. I think that's yellow. Yep, that's yellow. Okay, and we have this property, a bool value again. It's text scale. So if you click that or you check that, it's just gonna, all the text gonna get extend into the size of that box or that background. Nice. Okay, so you can check it off, and we have here text size. It's 14 for now. If we change it like to 20, as you see, 100, 20, 45, and so on. I think 50. Oh, okay. So let's do like 30. It's good. We have text stroke color tree. That's the stroke color. Like let's do like red, just to see how it is. So there's no text stroke right now. It's transparent by default, so you can set it to 0 to see the stroke. As you see, there is a stroke there. We can do like a shadow, I think. Like that. I think we can do that like this, and where it is texture color, text size. Okay, so that's it. Text transparency, text rapid. You gotta see what's that like. If we have like 50 here, as you see, the text got rapid here. It just got rapid, it doesn't appear. So but if that's our false, then it's just gonna continue on its way. Let's do like, as you see, it's continue on its way. But if it's checked true, then it doesn't gonna continue. It's just gonna disappear from the screen because there's no enough place for it. Okay, so it's better to be rapid, and let's do actual text scaled, and that's the best thing. Let's return that to its current state. Okay, nice. So okay, there's two text x alignment, left, right. Like if it's English and you want it like from that way, not in the center, you can do left. If it's like Arabic, you can do right or something like that. We're just gonna take it center, and this for aligning the text in the y-axis, like the height. Okay, so now let's go back into the position. So now we want to move this element from here. Okay, we have that position value. It has that stuff. It has two elements, x and y, and the both of them has two elements too. It's scale and offsets, as you see. So in total there's four elements. See 0 0 0 0. So for now it just set it to 0, and 0 it's this place, so it begins like from here. Sorry. So yeah, it begins from this place. As you see, there is an anchor point. Anyway, you don't know what that anchor point. So yeah, let's see how we can do this. So what is the scale? The scale is just the percentage of the screen or the parent screen. So these are taking the whole screen. So if we did here, so it's range between 0 and 1. So the 1 it's the maximum and 0 it's the minimum. Okay, so if we do like 0.5, it's gonna take it into the center. As you see, takes it into the center. Okay, and if we did here 0.52, it's gonna take it in the center in that way. Okay, and so if you see like good, you can see that it's not right perfect in the center because it's anchor point from this point. Let's see the anchor point where it is. As you see, this is the anchor point. So this is like a pin or pin in a paper, and you can just like choose the position of that pin, and when you change the position of that pin or pin, I'm not sure what you call it. Anyway, the paper goes with it. Okay, so you can like set this anchor point, so it's just percentage 2. So if you do 0.5, it's gonna like be in the center in the x-axis, and if you set it in here too, so it's gonna be the y-axis. So yeah, it's aligned perfectly now in the center of the screen. So why we want to use like a percentage or the scale and not the offset? Because as you see, it can be compatible, it's dynamic, like it can be compatible with any like device, phone or computer or wherever. Okay, nice. So that's how you do that, the first way. And there is another way that, wait, we have the size. Yes, we have its. By the way, I doesn't like explain the offsets. Okay, so what offsets? It's just pixels, like the position in pixels. But if you see here, let's take it back into 0 0. If we did like 20 and here like 20, so if the screen moves, it doesn't like matter, it just gonna be 20 pixels from here and just that. So you can't really like do like center it in any screen. Like did like here 500, I think, no, 250, 2, 8. As you see, it looks like in the center here, but just in this screen. But when you move it, yeah, it doesn't work. It's not in center when you change the screen, as you see. And that's why you should use like the scale. Okay, by the way, so now let's center it. 0.5 in the scale here and 0.5 in the scale here. And now we're gonna get into the size. So the size, there is 4 values too, so that's how much studs, the size of it, and here how much the percent, like if you did 0.5 in the scale in the x, so it's gonna get the let me return it to 0 just to explain for you. So if we did here in the size, we did like the x-axis 0, 0, and we did in the scale 0.5, and here too 0.5. Wait, not 5. This is the offset, so 0.5. So if you see, it gets the half of the screen size, or the height and the width, as you see. Nice. So if like we clone it, duplicate it, and like we change the position into 0.5, as you see, it can fit in 2 screens. As you see, it's dynamic too. Because if we did it in offset, it's not gonna be dynamic. So yeah, nice. So now what? Okay, so now you've understand the scale and offset and position and size. Okay, nice. So now what if we want to center it? We just gonna wait, let's do just size, just offset. Let's do like 200, I think. Yep, 200. Let's do like 50. Nice. And let's go into position. We're gonna do actually I don't use that for that, I just used like that. So 0.5 in here, and in the offset you're gonna do minus, and take that 50 by half, so it's gonna be 25. A half of 50 is gonna be 25. So yeah, as you see, it's in the center right now. 0.5 in the scale, and in the offset the half of the size offset, 100, but minus 100, not, should be negative. As you see, it's totally in the center right now, without like using that anchor point or anything, because it's messy. It's not an efficient way to do it. Like every second you should change, like go up and change the anchor points. So it's better just to do like that. So just the half, 0.5 in the offset, and minus the size offset, the half of it. Okay, so yeah, that's it. And there is 2 like buttons. Let's do a button. By the way, let's play first and see how this behaves. As you see, it just fix it in the screen, even if I move and everything in the 3D world. Okay, So let's add a button right now. You can add it in two ways. You can add with this plus sign, and you can do just like that, insert object and text button, like okay. And it's aligned actually the bottom of this. So let's change first the background color like to red, I think. And I don't want the border, I think. Here too I don't want the border, just want 1 pixel. Okay, position, it's gonna be 0.5 minus 100. Here's 0.5 plus 25, because I want it like in the bottom of this. That's why I didn't do, but because there is a border, if I want that border like to show up, I can just do, because the border is just like 1 pixel, as you see, I can just add 1 pixel, so it's gonna be 26, as you see. So yeah, that's cool, but actually I want to add it like to 430. Now this let's get up into 30. Okay, so there's like 4 pixels in here. Okay, so what that button for, it's just a button that you can click it, and what it did, that's the work of a script. So let's do a little thingy, so like if let's create it like, by the way, the screen GUIs or anything like, anyway, the screen GUIs, you just should not do script, a server script, you should do a local script. I'm gonna explain why in another episode. So yeah, so we gotta take that text label script dot parent dot button 1 down, wait, scroll the time, but not button 1 down, not now, so you can just, I really forgot about it. Okay, mouse enter, mouse move. So all these are just like events. Oh, because this is a text label, I need it into text button. So scroll the pen dot button, mouse button 1, mouse button 1 down, connect function. So there is a lot of events, but I choose it mouse button 1 down. Okay, so now we want a variable that's our name and money, local money equal to 0, and we're gonna do money like equal to money plus 1, but wait, yes, and so that just for every click we're gonna add 1, but for display it in every click we should like display it too. So we're gonna do script dot parent dot text label, and there is a property in the text label called text. Okay, we're gonna do dot text equal, we're gonna do a string, we're gonna do money like that, and we're gonna do 2 dots to concatenate, and we're gonna do money again. I'm gonna like display the money variable, and we're gonna do 2 dots again, and we're gonna do the sign of dollar. Nice. So let's play and see what's gonna happen. So boom 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 boom. As you see, just adds money in every click, in every button down. As you see, when my mouse button got down, even if I just hold it, it adds one because it's got down. As you see, if we did it up, down, up like that, see that, but mouse button one up. So what's gonna happen here, even if I click, but if I doesn't take that mouse button up, or doesn't gonna add. As you see, I should get it up in order to add. And I can cancel actually if I got my mouse from the box without picking up the button. Okay, that was nice. You can add actually into 10. Why not? Money play. Boom 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 boom. So that was it. There is another events dot mouse. There's one click, one down. So click, what is it? It just when the mouse clicked down and then up, it adds it. Okay, mouse button one down, mouse button one up, mouse button two click, and that's for two. Button two, it's the right button of the mouse. Mouse enter when the mouse enter the box or the background of that element or the button actually. So mouse leave, it's when the mouse leave it fires, when the mouse moved it fires. Okay, mouse wheel backward and mouse wheel forward. So let's do mouse enter, connect function, just like that, and play. So now as you see, when I get in my mouse gets inside the box, it adds it. But when I click, it doesn't do anything. It just adds when I get inside it. So when I get inside, it adds, it fires. Let's try with mouse leave, play. As you see, when the mouse leave the button. Let's try mouse move it. I'm not sure what that, but I think when the mouse moves inside the box or inside the element or the button. As you see, when the mouse moves inside the button, it fires. As you see. So yeah, that was it for this episode. So yeah, bye.